Congratulations on Harvard.
Oh no, I'm not going to Harvard. Instead, I'm just gonna walk around the country and look at the trees and talk to the animals and maybe figure out my purpose in this funny old world.
Hello, and welcome back to another commentary from my channel. You guys have to realize. It's a frigid winter day, and we're hanging out in the wood shop with a nice fire, so, grab a coffee. Today we're here to talk about Amberlynn again, and Beck's saying a bunch of stuff. God help us all. But you know what would be better? Than talking about Amberlynn and all that crap? Not talking about Amberlynn. At least for my channel right now. I don't really care what it is. Amberlynn Reed will always be a rotten person. Rotten! Yeah! Anyway, I don't want to discredit any of my fellow reaction channels or anything like that. I just haven't been feeling the Amberlynn stuff lately. It's just such nonsense. And I know I've said that like a bunch of times in my videos, but I'm for real this time. I mean it. I mean it this time. We're gonna do an Amberlynn reaction whenever there's actually something to react to. You know what I mean? Woo! See that ice dripping right there? There's a little bit of ice and it's just dripping right there. There it goes again. Don't worry, I've still got a bunch of content planned. But God, everyone in the community is just like, they're fighting again, they're fighting. I don't care, man. Why does everyone care so much? I guess that's kind of just the way it goes. People always want the next drama they can lean into and involve themselves with. It's fun, but it gets old after a while, man. Y'all, it is so cool to just be like in the middle of the snow and have this campfire stove and like just be fine. So cool. Hang on, let me grab some wood. Hello, I'm here to do some voiceover work. Yeah, so I haven't really been paying too much attention to the Amberverse because I think in the grand scheme of things it is quite nonsense. I think everybody knows that. But, we're still back here with some stuff. So I've got some screenshots, community posts. These are from Apathetic Facts, as usual. But they come directly from Amber and other people who are involved, so let's take a look at those first. Here's a community post from Amber, basically saying she's stepping away from YouTube. It says, "Hello, I feel it's important to be transparent with all of you. As many of you know, I've been dealing with the fallout from Beck sharing personal details about our relationship, me, and spreading lies exaggerating our situations. It's been a tough time, and I've been doing my best to navigate everything. I'm human, and sometimes my emotions, especially with BPD, get the best of me. This whole situation is extremely heavy and unfair. Imagine this happening to you. What would you do? I will no longer stay silent in a situation where I felt threatened to shut my mouth. With the disgusting things Beck has been saying recently, I have lost any respect I had for them. I want to be very clear that this absolutely doesn't take away the accountability and apologizes. And apologies I have expressed already. Those things still stand. All of these things can happen at once, especially in a 5-year relationship that was extremely complex. 2 people can be shitty at once. I was shitty. I listed out reasons why, but I wasn't all bad, and I will tell you one thing, Beck was never all good. One of the hardest parts of all this has been the overwhelming amount of harassment I have received. The fact that I feel like I'm being attacked and misunderstood by thousands feels awful, especially in a situation where I am being truthful and vulnerable. This whole situation has validated that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter how much proof I show, I will always be the villain. I show screenshots that Beck is lying, and it still isn't good enough. While they get to say whatever they want, and it is automatically believed because anyone who is versus Amberlynn already gets a pass just for that. It's hard to keep pushing through when I feel belittled and dehumanized. This situation has left me feeling like a shell of a person. Because of everything that's been happening and the toll it's taking on my mental health, I've made the decision to take a step back from posting. I need time to focus on my well-being and to clear my mind. I don't know for how long. I don't know what my next steps are. I just know I need some space to breathe and focus on myself. Thank you to those who have showed kindness and support during this time. It truly means more than I can express. Thank you for not allowing Beck to taint your view of me because you know how to be nuanced. What the fuck? Have critical thinking, and you know that there is a gray area in most situations. I'll be back when I'm ready. Love, Amberlynn. Yeah, that was weird. But we'll also go over Tommy's new Instagram post from, I think, like a week ago or something like that. From the account Provoked. It's hard to accept the loss of something. Wait, let me do the Tommy voice. It's hard to accept the loss of something so profound. Losing a love that wasn't just about being together, but about truly belonging to each other. It was a world that only we knew, a space where I never had to question how deeply I was loved. Being with you was the safest, warmest feeling I've ever known, and nothing in this world will ever replace that. Lately, my mind keeps pulling me back to the moments that changed everything, because I remember it all. The moments where I could still reach for you, in a world that now feels so unfamiliar. Losing you wasn't just losing someone I loved, it was losing the love of my life. You are still with me, not in the way I wish you were, but in the way I feel you every single day. In the signs you send me, in the way your voice still plays in my head, saying, "Good morning, my love," like you always did. I hold you in the places I still expect to find you, in the spaces you left behind, in the ache that never really goes away. There has been so much noise, so much outside judgment, so much that has tried to rewrite our story. But they don't know. They never knew. Our love was ours, and it was real. And no matter what anyone says, no matter what happens, that love remains. It lives in me. It lives in the people who truly knew us. It lives in every place where I still feel you. I miss you, Colleen, my princess girl. Oh, this is not about Amber. Oh. I missed you, Colleen, my princess girl, more than I ever will be able to say. My love for you will never fade, not in this lifetime or any other, especially if some bitch named Amberlynn gets in the way. And then she posted a rainbow. Boy, this chick really knows what's up, right? But let's continue with this comment right here. Someone says, I already know you're about to get a bunch of insensitive comments like the one above. Arrow up. But like you said in your post, no one knew your relationship, and you're right to hold your love and memories sacred. Hang in there, heart. And of course, Tommy responds. She says, thanks, girl. I don't care what they think. None of it touches what we had. They can't touch what we were, what we are. That's ours, and it always will be. And here's another post where it gets even nastier. Someone says, my first relationship after grief led me to a partner with significant mental health issues, BPD being the most disruptive, and I convinced myself I could handle it because I was a newly graduated mental health professional. I say that because as a fellow helping professional, we are always at risk of burying our feelings by helping others because it's such a familiar place for us. So please know that at least some of us that chose to stay a part of your page did so not for drama, but because we see you, see your pain, and can relate. Heart. And Tommy says, wow, thank you for sharing that with me. When the BPD got brought up initially, I also had the mentality of convincing myself I could handle it because of my professional background. It's very different on a personal level, especially when you're already in a vulnerable state, especially when there's a strong pattern of skilled manipulation involved, especially whenever it's Amberlynn, especially that's what Snape wants to find there. And just a quick screen cap here of a conversation between Tommy and some viewer, an anonymous viewer, and Tommy says, what is she saying now? She's literally blowing up my phone from fake numbers right now. What the hell? What the hell?
She's upset because she thought the Colleen post was about her until she got to the end.
And that person responds, well, she's doing the stupid ask anything thing on her story. Let me screen record and send it to you. But yes, that marks the end of our community posts and conversations with Tommy and the gang. Funny, but overall just absolute nonsense. I tell you what, guys, lately it has been pretty hard getting videos up. You know, I have 2 kids. One of them possibly has autism, nonverbal issues. That is a challenge in every area of life, you know? Consider the idea that, like, someone you know personally just can't speak. They can't really tell you what they want, what they need. It is a challenge. We're still working out ways to deal with that. Also, I have started work again at my other job, my actual, like, day work job at the wood shop, the professional wood shop, where I help make things for rich people and bars. And last thing I was working on was a bunch of swings. I've got a little picture of it. Here it is. There are a bunch of swings. I can't remember if it was maple or mahogany, one of those woods. They're looking pretty good. It was a lot of sanding. Hooray, working. I also wanted to talk about the level of stress that me and Lily have been under, you know, having a new baby and being in a season where we're not making much money right now. It has been a tremendous amount of stress, and that it deeply affects the ability to produce comedy videos. You know what I mean? Like, if you're feeling really stressed out, like, it's pretty tough to just jump over here and be like, all right, guys, what are we gonna do? It's like being the court jester, you know? They would always say, like, the most depressed person ever is the jester. I think there was a painting done about that. You know, that's why I consider it, like, really important to only produce these comedy videos whenever it's, like, actually being felt. Because if I don't, then it will be seen right through, you know what I mean? But in the contrast of making videos, I have been working a lot more on music, and, you know, you probably heard that at the beginning of this video. I've been doing lots of stuff. Wrote some lyrics the other day. I have to record those. Working on this one today, and then we're going to be working on another one tomorrow. Lots of new stuff. I'm just trying to deal with the stresses that me and Lily have right now and, like, get through family life while also adjusting to sort of like a different workflow. Not to mention Lily's about to start her season. And, you know, one of the hurdles of producing new content is that you will inevitably sort of lose viewers for a while. It's just something that happens if you build up your channel with one type of content like I kind of have. Then if I switch hard, then it's not going to do as well, at least for a while. You know, you have to just keep that in mind, that it won't do as well, but it will come back. It'll swing back. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, or am attempting to do. We're going to do some new content, new drawing, new shit. But the last thing I wanted to talk about in this little voiceover is building fires. I love building fires. I truly get something out of just staying and keeping a fire going, like staying by the fire. There is something really weird about that. I had a fireplace whenever I was a kid. We don't have one now, but, you know, whenever we move, we're definitely going to be looking for a place with a fireplace. Or just some place where we can, like, install a wood stove or something. Because it is very important to, I think, all of us. Like me specifically, but I think it's important to all of us. But I guess I'll just finish up with that, and we'll watch this fire. I hope you all have a good day. See you later. Sorry, I got a little too into the fire building there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.